So today I need to rinse out these totes in order to start getting ready to collect sap to do maple syrup. These are totes that I get from a local whey plant. It's whey treatment, so it's food grade material that was in it before. And I'm just gonna they rinse it at the factory. I'm gonna do a quick rinse on them before we load them up and get ready to take them out in the woods and set them up. So just gotta loosen them and open up the valve here on this end so the water can come out. Open that up and then just kind of spray around inside there. These are 250 grams. So I'll load. I have to keep 5 of these down in the woods. We might end up doing more this year. So then you just gotta kind of rock it so it can come out. So for that's all that takes. But this year, I guess last year I did it too. I just get new ones every year, and then the old ones I use for other stuff. I use the boxes for like getting wood in. The plastic containers we cut and make little huts for like when the goats have babies that they can get in. We can put a heat lamp inside these. We used to pressure wash them, clean them. I didn't really like, it's too hard to get them really clean. So, and I can get these, so it's easier to just use new ones. Some guys, when they put them away, wash them up and put them away for the year, they spray the insides with food grade peroxide. I don't really like that because there's always going to be some kind of residue for that. So I don't use peroxide. We don't use anything in the maple syrup. It's all naturally settled and screened out, but we'll get into more of that later in the season. But that's it. I just go ahead, got to rinse all these. I have 4 here. I got a couple more down in the other shop that I'll pull out and rinse. And then we're going to load them up on the 5th wheel or the gooseneck and take them all up into the woods. One thing about these totes, if you do use these kind of totes, you got to make sure you know where you get them from. There are certain chemicals that they do put in some of these that would make it that you wouldn't want to use it for food grade. Some have oil in them, some have waste oil in them. You want to make sure that you get them from somebody that has used them for one purpose and one purpose only. And like I said, these are food grade, so they're safe to use for maple syrup. So hi, I'm Bill from My Fine Homestead, and today we're setting these totes out so we can start tapping. Aiden and I brought these up yesterday, rinsed them all out, brought them up, and now we're going to take them down into the woods where they'll be set to start running sap into them. Today's a little bit cooler. The sap's probably not running today, so we're just going to get set up today and hopefully start tapping first thing tomorrow. So we're just going to take them down on the Kubota one at a time and come back, grab the other ones. So this is where we're going to set the first tote. We put them here every year. we have the lines in already. They stay in all year long. We'll have to go through, make sure they're all up, but we'll have to tap the trees. But what I was saying up on the hill about rinsing all these lines. So what we'll do is once we get the totes set, get the lines kind of set to the totes, we'll go all the way up to the top and we'll run water down the hose to clean out all the lines. We just had some logging done, so a lot of the trails are got a lot of debris on them. At least we'll have a lot of firewood, but for now we just need to move it out of the way so we can get our stuff set up here. We come up later and cut it up with the saw and pull it all, take it all out with the Kubota. But like last year, here's where I had it set. I got a log sitting in there to help hold it level. So all I got to do is unhook it, pull it off. So these come off fairly easy. I just want to make sure that my spout is down the hill so I can get it emptied out. I'm just going to go here. Hopefully stay. We might have to come up later with a hatchet maybe and help level that a little bit more. Chip out some of the ground from in behind. But now this is the line that comes all the way down. This will just go to here. So I guess it's going to have to come over a little bit anyway. But I guess we don't really want to put that on there now. We're going to want to set this down so we can run fresh water through and it'll just run out onto the ground. So that's the first tote. Down here we're gonna have 4 totes set down here, and then we're thinking about maybe tapping a little bit more down there. There's about another 50 trees or so that can be tapped in if we get time to do it this year. So we should go up and get another tote and bring it back down and keep putting these in. So we'll go get the other totes up there. It's really slippery out here. If you didn't see our other video that we did about putting chains on the Kubota, I don't think we'd even make it out here if we didn't have these on. Once again, you can look up My Fine Homestead on YouTube, and we went ahead and did a whole video on how we put those chains on. So now we're gonna end up heading back up the hill. Maybe we can do a little bit of a video of how icy that roadway is up there, and you'll kind of get an idea of what a difference chains make out in the woods. Well, what we decided to do this year is one of these totes I left halfway up the hill, and we'd have to come in on top, which would mean we'd have to drive on a paved road. I didn't want to run on a paved road with the chains on the thing, especially if I'm carrying a lot of weight in the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to run where this tote was, is only about maybe not quite 100 yards from where the end of this tote comes in. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do run that extra 100 yards into the end of this hose and run everything from the top where we were just flushing the line. It'll come all the way down and come into these. There's enough trees on here that it'll probably fill a 250 gallon tote in a day. And I come every day to empty it, but I'm afraid it'll start overflowing before I get back down here. So I'm going to go ahead, plumb these two in together, so when this one fills up, it'll automatically start filling the other one. So that's what we decided to do this year. Hopefully it's going to work out. Hopefully it won't overflow and not kick into the other one, but it's all trial and error. So I'm Bill from My Fine Homestead. This is part one of maple syrup season. Thanks for watching.